Hello, everybody. Happy Friday the 13th. So I just wanted to hop in here and do a live stream because I wanted to respond to a question that I have received more than once from participants in my 7-week signature course, Healing Attachment Wounds with Mindfulness and Creative Arts Therapies. And I am running a special on that right now. So if you are interested in learning more about courses and things that I offer, check out the link in the caption of this video. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Briana MacWilliam. I'm an author, educator, Reiki practitioner, and a creative arts therapist with over 12 years of clinical experience in the field. And I happen to offer online courses for individuals that struggle with attachment wounds. And in the course that I offer, we have a couple of participants that have asked this question on more than one occasion, and that is, what if I struggle with visualizing? So a big part of the experiential aspect of this course is to listen to guided visualizations and then respond to them in some way. And so sometimes people struggle with being able to hold an image in their mind, or being able to conjure the image of something in their mind, or to call in and receive images. This doesn't mean it's not working, okay? It's just information. Additionally, we are all different in the way that we experience what I'm going to call receiving mode, okay? So sometimes it's a physical sensation in your body, right? Maybe you're not visually seeing it, but maybe you can re-experience, for example, the sensation of running water, right? If I ask you, step into a stream, can you feel what the water might feel like, as opposed to necessarily have to see it, right? Or it doesn't even have to be that specific. It could be that you experience tingling in your hands, or there's just some sense of an awareness around your abdomen, or that there's some element of something going on in your body that you can draw your attention to. And whatever it is, even if it's just static, like even if you feel like, oh, I've just got a laundry list of things in my head and it won't go away, that's information for you, right? But I want to just talk a little bit about what that is when you struggle with visualizing. And typically that means that there's something with the third eye, that there's some kind of block with the third eye. So the benefit of the third eye, which is an energy vortices in the center of your brow, it's connected to the pineal gland, is that you are able to envision what it is that you want for yourself. Okay, so if we're going to be talking about energy within the framework of the Ayurvedic system, so tantric yogic tradition, talking about there being kind of two currents of energy in the body. So there is a current that comes down through the crown, your brow, your throat, down in this direction, and that is considered to be the manifesting current. So this is like when you have an inkling, an idea or something, your attention is drawn to it. Then it moves into your third eye and you set the intention for it. So part of setting the intention for what you want is being able to visualize it, being able to see it, right, as some kind of possible outcome, and then remaining open enough to receive some inspired action, right? We're not saying like don't take action, but what is inspired action? So being able to visualize assists in being able to manifest the things that you want. Okay. Now, if you struggle with visualization, it's possible that you are very active in your lower chakras. So when we talk about the current of energy that comes from the body, that sort of earth starts down in the body and is more earthen, we think of it as the liberating current. And it's often associated with, you might have heard this term like Kundalini, or sometimes it's referred to as the sleeping serpent, or divine feminine energy. Sometimes the Kundalini energy is associated with the divine feminine, and the manifesting current is associated with the divine masculine. At any rate, if you struggle with visualization, it may be that you're very much in kind of a liberating energy current. So your lower chakras are active, you're embodied, okay? So when you are embodied, you might find yourself being really drawn to more expressive forms of art, things that are more tactile, visceral, maybe abstract, very much about the quality of the materials that you're using if you're a creative type. But what is interesting and what can help you here, if you are interested in developing the qualities of your third eye and in developing an ability to visualize, is it's important to remember that the body is your first organizer of experience, right? So this is kind of like people who have lost their sight for whatever reason, and then they gain it back. They lose their depth perception, right? Everything looks like it's on the same plane. So it's hard to negotiate the visual input. And so what helps that is moving through space, right? So even when we're infants and we're learning how to crawl and walk, we're putting things in our mouths, we're crawling under things, we're climbing up on them, we're touching our toes. That all of that visceral information, all of that spatial information is actually helping you to cognitively, mentally create a representation of that object in your reality and in your space. Okay. So if we take that logic and we apply it to now, where maybe you're trying to develop your visual capabilities, you want to envision a healthy relationship, for example, or you have a desire for more money, or you have a desire for being able to see what it would look like for you in the future 5 years from now. Okay, you want to somehow envision what that would be because you want to try to stimulate whatever that vibration of abundance would be to call it in. So in that case, I'd recommend that you utilize your strengths, which are that you're probably pretty either embodied, or you're kind of stuck in the head and you're not able to access the body, which would help you organize these things. So I recommend that you play with things that are very visceral. Okay. So if we were to talk about this in the context of art making, it could be to work with clay, or to work with something that's called like kinetic sand or sand play, to just allow yourself to work with materials that let your hands move, that you're not going to get so hung up on what it looks like. Maybe that's paradoxical, but that you're not so preoccupied with, oh, it has to be perfect, it has to look right, it has to look realistic, it has to like, don't worry about that. Just play with it. Like, let's say there's a particular visualization that you want to work with. One that I use a lot is like imagining your energy like a seed that has to take root in your body before it can grow, right? So just drawing the seed, and the seed's, just a circular form or whatever it is that it looks like for you, but just draw a seed. Feel what it's like to make those marks. Let it become a sense of body knowledge first. And then that allows you to bring it into your mind, right? It allows you to see it and invite that into your mind, almost as if you were watching it on a movie screen, okay? But let your body get to know it first. You could draw it, then I might recommend maybe like you use Play-Doh or something and you roll it and you create a 3-dimensional form of that seed. Maybe you find real seeds and you like hold them and pull them out of your pocket when you're feeling anxious, or put them under your mattress and try to dream about seeds. That once you start to really engage your focus and your attention on something and you start to know it in a bodily way, that is going to help you develop, let's say, a construct or a schema in your mind that when it comes time to visualize the things that you want, like a healthy relationship, for example, then, we start small, and then we ultimately cultivate that, right? That's what vision boards are all about. I'm sure you've heard of that before. Create a vision board, right? When you put your mind and your focus to visioning things, even if it's flipping through a magazine and just focusing on an image, right? And imagine taking a snapshot of that in your mind. All of that is going to help you develop that skill. It's a muscle. You have to exercise it and you have to flex it. Okay. So I hope that's helpful. If you are someone who likes guided visualizations or this is something you'd like to learn more about, I do invite you to check out my sales page for healing attachment wounds with mindfulness and creative arts therapies. We are running a special on the cost of it right now, including a payment plan. So there's a link in the caption of this video if you would like to check that out. And I look forward to seeing more feedback in the feed here about how you experience meditation and visualization. And if you are willing, in the comment of this video, I would love for you to let us know. Do you struggle with visualizing when it comes to either meditation or guided visualizations? or do you find that it's relatively easy for you? Okay, I'd love to know that. Thank you for watching.